let's review the basics of using the brushes and adjusting the brushes, adjusting the size, the type of brush, and the strength of the brush that we will refer to as opacity. These settings work for many of the tools, brushes, erasers, and so it's critical to at least have these three main components of using a brush understood. The other thing we want to take a look at is how to resize the brush using the shortcut keys. So the first thing to do is let's just get a blank document, and the way you can do that is come up to the main menu here, click on File, New, and then just go with this preset here, default Photoshop size. Give it a name if you want. We'll just call it Practice 1. Click OK. You can zoom in if you like with the Z. Letter Z will zoom. The letter V will take you back to the Move tool. The letter B, as in boy, will take you to the Brush tool. So I'm going to go to the letter B. I'm going to have the color black selected in the foreground, and remember that you can reverse these by clicking these arrows. Black is foreground, now white is foreground. So go back to the black, just so we can get some practice here. So you can adjust the brushes here, and here's where you can adjust the size. But you can also do it by using the brackets. If you look down next to the backslash key below the backspace key, you'll see some brackets, and the right bracket makes the brush bigger, and the left bracket makes it smaller. I'm going to start with the hardness at 0 and the opacity at 100%. That gives you this effect. Notice, gives you that spray paint effect. And then next we'll set the hardness up to 100%, and you can see no more spray paint effect. So somewhere between 0 hardness, or a lot of softness, and full on strong brush here, you will want to experiment with some of those settings to achieve the desired effect. And then the other thing that we can do here is to adjust the opacity. So I'll start with the opacity adjustments. Leave my brush size the same, put the hardness down to 0, but this time I'll adjust this to about 30%. And you can see here that it layers less paint, and so then I have to click more often to achieve the desired effect there as far as the strength now of the brush, or how much paint we're putting on the canvas here. And then likewise with a hard brush, it's just we don't get that spray paint effect. So that's the basics of using the brush. Brush type, brush size, and we're using the shortcut for that, and then the hardness of the brush and the opacity, or the strength of that brush.